This is Sail On, Little Girl. Shame, but sail on. Sail on, little girl, sail on. Sail on. Sail on, little girl, sail on.
You gotta go left. I shouldn't even be saying that, but if I say port, you probably won't know what I'm saying.
Taking a picture because I need clickbait.
Lisa's sailing.
That and Lesa in the same breath. Hi, good morning, everybody. This is lesson 2 of my lessons, and today I thought I would go around some parts of the boat. It's getting a little harder, I have to say. But, okay, so we're going to start. This one's going to be visual again. We have to start with my whiteboard, but because my husband spent all my money on this new damn boat, we have to go with this. So, back in the day, can you see that? Yes, there you go. Now, back in the day, this is how you drew a boat. Matter of fact, sometimes I still draw a boat. However, this isn't going to work. If this was your boat, we'd be in big trouble because this thing, the sail, would just be flapping all over the place. This is not how a boat really looks. Page 2. Now, we're only going to learn 6 parts of the boat today, and they're going to be relatively easy. Here's my whiteboard again. Remember, it's because Kevin took all my money. Okay. Now, last lesson, remember we learned the boat. This is the bow. Remember, you bow forward, the stern, port, starboard, windward, leeward. Okay. Now, every boat has one of these. Every sailboat has one of those things right down the middle. Everybody knows what that is, so we won't even really have to talk about that. That's the mast. The mast is what holds up the sail. Now, the other boat, remember, we had a big triangle. That's what little kids do, but you guys are big kids, so now we're going to learn to draw it correctly. This is what's called the sail. But not just any old sail, because unfortunately, some boats have more than one sail, which really kind of screws with you. So this is going to be the sail that's on the mast. So it's going to be the mainsail. That's the sail that's normally, when you picture a boat, that's the sail that's on the mast. It's called a mainsail, okay? Now, what keeps this mainsail out like this, oh, there goes my whiteboard. What keeps this mainsail out like that is a big old stick that's right here. That's called a boom. Now, the boom is there. Anybody who has half a brain knows that you can't just have a piece of material flopping around doing nothing. It holds the thing out there, and also it's what cracks you in the head when the boat swings around. Hence the reason they call it a boom. So, you got your mast, you got your boom, and your mast and your boom hold up the mainsail. Okay? Now, with the exception of, well, first of all, your boat could have 2 masts, but if your boat has 2 masts, you should be off that boat because there's no reason that you should be on that big boat. Too big of a boat. Okay? For our purposes, we're only going to have 1 mast. We're going to have the mainsail, the boom. Now, unless you have some kind of like super duper kind of, probably some kind of new titanium, whatever, super duper thing that holds the mast up. The mast, when you have it up, it's going to go fall right over. So you have to have something that keeps the mast up or makes the mast stay in place. Okay? So what keeps a mast staying in place is what's called the stays. All right, let me get another piece of paper. Hold on a second. Got to erase my whiteboard. Okay, so we're going to keep the mast in place. the stays. For a second. Erase that whiteboard. Bring our next whiteboard up. Okay? Now, here's our boat. Here's our mast. Only we're going to draw our mainsail this way just for purposes you'll see in a minute. Our boom, our mast. This is going to be the bow, the front of the boat. This is going to be the stern. And if the mainsail is blowing that way, we'd be in big trouble. But for our intents and purposes, we're going to face it that way. Okay, so what's holding this mast up, remember, this is the front of the boat, the back. My husband better get me a whiteboard. Okay. What's holding the mast up to the front of the boat, and then we have one holding it to the back of the boat, all right? Remember, there's stays. The one that holds it to the front of the boat is called the forestay because it comes before the mast. So we got your forestay, and what would be behind? You would think it'd be behind stay, but that would be stupid. It's the backstay. So you got your forestay in before the mast and your backstay. They are the big wires that are going to hold that mast up so that mast doesn't go flippy-floppy all over the place. And again, unless you have one of those super titanium things, then, we ignore that. Okay, now, the last set of words we're going to learn are when you're on a boat, you can have like a whole bunch of sails. It's really pretty cool. But you don't want to have more than one mast because that just gets confusing. Okay, so you got your mainsail. And on the forestay, right, you can have, wait a minute, let me get them. They call these special sails, right? They don't call them special sails, but they're special sails. You got your mainsail. These are called head sails. I guess because they're on the head of the boat, so we're going to call these head sails. Now, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. For our purposes, we're just going to call it a jib, okay? So, we got your mainsail, and we got your head sail, which is at the head of the boat. And the particular one that we're going to focus on in future ones is called a jib. There's all kinds of stupid other names for other boats, other sails for the head sail, but we're just going to call it a jib right now, okay? So, we have your head sail on the head of the boat, your mainsail, which is what you picture when you're on a little sailboat, stern of the boat, bow of the boat, mast, boom. One other thing, and this is kind of easy. Remember we learned this is the backstay, goes on the back of the boat. The forestay goes on the front of the boat, which, by the way, there's a little side note. The head sail kind of sort of is attached to that forestay. We'll get into that a little more later. But the head sail is towards the front of the boat on the forestay. Mainsail, mast, boom, backstay. Okay? Now, one more little word to learn because your captain might yell at you, and which he normally does to me. Anyway, these stays, in order to keep the mast up, keep it standing upright, are called standing rigging. They rig the boat to stand up straight, I guess. I don't know. So standing rigging. So the two parts of the standing rigging are forestay, backstay, standing rigging. Mainsail, head sail, mast, boom. Now you know when your captain is yelling at you, grab the mainsail, you know which one to grab. When he says, duck, the jib is flying around, gonna hit you in the head, that is the, wait a minute, the head sail. Okay, the head sail. Now remember, boom is what's gonna swing back and forth and hit you in the head, holds the mainsail up. I think we got them all. That's about all of them. Yeah, that's all I wanted to cover. Okay, so, my classes start soon, so I gotta whip through these lessons, but I thought we'd go with the parts of the boat. We have some more parts of the boat next lesson, but we'll go and keep it short this time. All right, thanks again. Maybe next time I'll have a whiteboard. Oh, wait, I'll show you one little behind the scenes of empty nest sailing. Behind my whiteboard, wait a minute, I'll take it off for you. You ready for this? Open your eyes. Behind us, the SV Tetra. Still freaking for sale because we bought the other boat. Now we got 2 freaking boats. I want the boat gone. That's all for today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.